am so late, and I know it's windy out here, and we'll probably go inside because it'll be too noisy, but I just wanted to be outside. Let me show you the sky. You see, it's kind of grey, and the light is low because it's nearly midwinter. It's nearly the shortest day, and I love the light at this time of year. It's beautiful because it's just so, I don't know, it's special at this time of the year. Sorry about the noise. I just want you to see this. I kind of want to see the outside world myself. So just enjoying. And look, this is something that's just starting to happen. We have flowers coming on the wattle tree. So let me just show you the flowers. And you know, it matches the daisy, right? I like this. Good morning, Alicia. I'm probably going to give up and go inside because I know this is noisy. Morena, Emily. Let me just, there you go. There are the flowers. A little bit out of focus, a little bit moving in the wind. But I want you to see them, and it's just, you know, this is the kind of the yellow place, really. Carmelina, lovely to see you. We have Kofi, and we have the wattle, and we have the daisies, and this is the bright yellow corner. So, and we have the ghost plant, which is this lovely counterpoint, grey and yellow. What else have we got that I can show you before I go inside out of the noise? Well, I kind of want to be out here today because I've been sitting down. I meditated, and then I thought, oh my God, it's Friday morning. Morning, Amy! And I'm supposed to be in a group. Unfortunately, I was only 5 minutes late because the timing just worked out. I want to show you the camellia as well. Here's the camellia. Flowers faithfully in winter. There you go. There it is. Just beautiful pink. It's kind of at the end of its flowering season, but I'm just enjoying it. And we have long grass, and here's the silly, crazy, ridiculous thing. Jonquils in June, it's just wrong, but it's what we got, so let's enjoy them. They're supposed to come out in October, September maybe, but not in June. However, the seasons have changed, so I might as well appreciate them. You know, winter hasn't even begun. They're supposed to be a spring flower. And there is the cassia. What's cassia? I'm having a blank moment. I can't remember what it is, but it's a beautiful plant. I love its form. And this lovely campanula, which is just always flowering. It never really stops. So there it is. This is my late start today because I was in a group, and it's a group of us that just, we share our love of the work of Dr. Joe Dispenza, and we're not talking about the work, we're talking about doing the work, and we co-create together, we create things together, and it's been amazing over the time that we've been doing this group, what's happened. So, you know, it's not just combined intention. We really are practicing quantum manifestation and creation. And this shit works. It doesn't work immediately. Well, sometimes it does. But quite often, you have to keep going. You have to keep doing it for a while. Somebody tell me if the sound is okay here. I think it's all right. It's a bit breezy, but it's so nice to be outside. Bear with me. Sorry, the camera's going to move a bit because I want to put my little fingerless gloves on. Hello, Linda. Here I am, late. Just going to put the other glove on now. Need your teeth. Okay, now I'm organised. I'm in the unknown, right? Everything is kind of bumped out of shape. You know, different pattern. And I want to talk about breaking up old patterns, shaking things up, disruption, and choosing newness and having new experiences. Because we keep on talking about creating a new self. But the thing about creating a new self is that in order to have a new self, the old self literally has to die. And by that, I don't mean you have to go and lie in a coffin and get buried alive. I mean that yourself is represented by the architecture of your brain, because when you have a new experience, when you learn something, you make neural connections, like little, and it happens in real time. The dendrites on the neurons in your brain reach out and make connections, and those synaptic connections are a memory. And, you know, you have an experience. You have your first kiss or your first glass of wine. Hi, Julian. Or you know, you go for a go to a holiday to a new place and you have new experiences, and because it's new, your brain takes a snapshot of all of that information and it makes synaptic connections that are novel to that. And as well as making those synaptic connections, when it does that, there is chemistry that pulls from your brain into your body, which activates your hormonal centres and activates your autonomic nervous system to make muscles tight or muscles relax or breathing speed up or breathing slow down. Hi, Jane! And all of that is your physical experience of that, whatever it is you're doing. And that is all connected up with the chemistry, which is all connected up with the synaptic connections in your brain. And if you remember that fact that you learned, or that experience that you had, or that trauma that you experienced, or whatever it was, you fire and wire that again, you have the same chemistry again, and that chemistry influences literally from moment to moment how your body functions. And over time, whatever it is that you keep on firing and wiring and having the chemistry that pours from that, it conditions your body into a destiny. And it doesn't just condition your body into a genetic health, whatever destiny. It doesn't just condition you into being sick or being well. It conditions you into being happy or sad, rich or poor, genius or, retarded. And I mean, because there's a feeling with like, oh my God, I have unlimited mind. I really can tackle this challenge and work it out. Hi, Abigail. I really can do this. Or, oh God, no, I can't. There is a feeling. There are things that are firing in your brain and genes that are expressing in real time for you to feel brilliant or for you to feel, oh no, I'm stupid. All of these things, it's represented in the architecture of your brain and the chemistry of your body, and it's memorized. 95% of everything you think and feel and do and speak and breathe and stand up and move and lie down and everything that you are is memorized by the time you're 35. Melissa, good morning. Katerina, it's lovely to see you. And this is such a powerful fact. It is a fact. Now, admittedly, I have not read the research. I believe Dr. Joe Dispenza when he says that 95% of everything we think we are, everything we do, everything we say, everything we feel, everything we are is memorized. It's a program, and it's probably really old and really obsolete. If you don't like it, how come it's still there, right? Patricia, good morning. How come you're still inhabiting a painful personality or an angry self or a defeated state of being? How come you're still doing it? Because there's a lot of mental architecture, and it's all hooked up with the way you walk into a room, or don't you threaten me, I'm the boss. It's all hooked up with what you spend money on, or don't spend money on, or what you're scared of, or what you're confident about. It's become who you think you are. But it's not actually who you think you are. It's just habitual and known and learned and very familiar. And you know what? The only way to change it, actually, is to have some new experiences. Because if you keep thinking and feeling and behaving the same way, you're thinking and feeling the same way that you've always been doing, and you want to keep on continuing to have the life that you've always been living. But if you want something different, you've got to have some new experiences. And I was kind of really reaching for what the hell are we talking about, because it was late last night and I was struggling to download this. But this is so basic, then I think we forget it. Because we are standing in our lives, or, living our lives thinking, I want my life to be different. And you are wanting change and envisioning change and imagining change, but you are doing it with the circuitry that's in your head and the chemistry that's in your body and the habitual way of being that you've been for however long you've been that. And 95% of it you don't know, but you're trying to access something new using the same old that's only got you where you are. And the same old is all about the past. And it's like, it took me so long to really understand this. You mean everything, the architecture, literally the structure of everything in my brain, all of those neural connections, which then, the memories and the skills and everything, most of which I don't know and I'm not aware of, that is only from the past, because you had to have an experience to make the neural connections, to pour the chemistry, and, you know, if it's language, well, you're going to do that every day. If it's have a really unusual and amazing experience, you might not do that every day, but you might remember it every day. Hi, Maria. Hi, Liz. But it's all about the past, what's in your brain. And that's often why, and I have so done this, I did this for many, many years until I understood why it didn't work. You're looking at your life as you are with what's inside your head and what you know, and you're trying to see a way forward, and you just can't. You can't imagine. It's like, but everything I know, you know, how to make enough money, how to have a successful business, everything I've done failed, and everything that I see around me doesn't make sense, and nothing fits, and all I can see is, no, it's impossible, I can't do this, you know, nothing works, and you just stop right there. Because you're looking through the lens of the past. You're looking for something that fits into the pattern that is you now. You're looking, you know, for example, 3 years ago, however long ago, many years, and I was thinking, how am I going to make enough money? How am I going to do that doing what I love, right? Because so many of us want to do that. And I couldn't see it. I could not figure it out. Because all my experience was that you would see somebody go into business for themselves and they work their ass off for a couple of years, and if they survived that, then they would keep working hard, but they'd start to make money. So that was my paradigm. That you had to do that, you had to bust your ass for 2 years, it had to be stressful, you probably weren't going to make much money, and then after that it would be okay. The problem was I was never in a situation where I could do that. I just wasn't. There were too many other demands on me. So that was all I knew. And there were all these people saying, pay us lots of money and we'll help you make lots of money. And apart from the fact that in my gut, none of them resonated for me, it was also, I don't have that fucking lots of money. Piss off. Give me something I can actually manage, you know? So looking at all the things that I could see from my limited perspective of who I was and what I thought I was capable of, and what resources I had available to me, whether that's true or not, I couldn't see any way forward. It just wasn't anything. And what I understand now is, of course, I couldn't see anything because I was looking using the lens of the past. I was stuck in the past. I was feeling all the disempowerment and the impossibility of it all. And so even if the thing had been right in front of me, which actually I don't think it was, I wouldn't have seen it because it wouldn't have fitted in that picture. I wouldn't have recognised it. Marciano, lovely to see you. Nesreen, good morning. Wouldn't have recognised it at all. So to get out of that bind, we've got to start having some novel experiences. You've got to start actively seeking the unknown. Now, remember yesterday I told you the pattern of my day, and to a large extent, you can pick up the pattern of my day and put it on tomorrow. You can pick up the pattern of my week and put it on next week, and there's nothing wrong with that. But then you're saying, well, Maddie, where is there space for something new in your life? Because there's not a lot of space. There really isn't. I can't ram more stuff into my life without really hurting myself. So where do I get my novel experiences? For me, every morning I go into the unified field and I have the most amazing novel experiences. I really do. And it's different every single day. Now, I want to tell you a little story about that, which I hope will make sense. In fact, I know it will, because you guys get this. So there's a particular meditation. Anyone who's done Joe Dispenza's work or looking at it will know about the blessing of the energy centers meditation. And it's a wonderful meditation because all you do is 7 energy centers in the body and 1 above. You put your attention in the energy center. Pay attention to it, you add energy to it, because where you place your attention is where you place your energy. Oh yeah, you place energy there, and then you open your focus around that energy center. And short version, it creates coherence. Now, and you do that all the way up. You climb Jacob's ladder, and at the end of it, you put this beautiful intention into who do you want to be, right? Already, who do I want to be? That's blessing of the energy centers 1. Blessing of the energy centers 2. It's the same kind of process, but you add a symbol into each centre and as you do it. So you're learning to add a more specific intention. Now, this is familiar to me, but for some people, they've never done it before. I love blessing at the energy centres too. It's amazing. Put this intention in. Get to the end, spend more time, you've climbed Jacob's ladder, spend more time envisioning, becoming, imagining yourself who you want to be. Jane, good morning, honey. Blessing of the energy centers 3. You do the coherence for each center. You know what the symbol is that you've put in. But this time, instead of putting the symbol in, you're actually out in that space, out in the space around that center, open focus, right? Tuning in to the frequency of the symbol, of the information that you want to put in there. So suddenly, you're not putting anything in. You're saying, here's a frequency that I want. Let me receive it. And you sit there and you receive and you receive and it's so good. I love it. And then you elevate your energy at the end and you choose who you want to be. And all of this, very novel experiences. Blessing of the Energy Centers 4. I do this practically every day because it's so delicious. You climb Jacob's ladder. You don't even put a symbol in now because you're so used to going out into the space around the centre and letting energy flow into you. You just tune into the energy of the centre and it comes. And I end up so expanded and so aligned. And then you do another thing, another whole process after that. Jasmine, good morning. Of becoming completely one with the unified field. And then you bring that energy back into your body. And whoever I am at the beginning of that experience, I am somebody else because I have become nobody. I've become no one. I have become no thing. I am nowhere, and in no time I lose track of space and time. I am gone. Never TD, good morning. And when I come back, I'm different. And my body kind of wakes up and says, oh my God, I've got a body. I have energy in my body, and it's different from what it was an hour ago. That is my novel experience. That is how I do it. Now, I do other meditations, but this one, so profoundly powerful. It's kind of like a smorgasbord. It's got everything in it that I absolutely adore. And it changes me every single time. And when I first did it, I was actually in a real state that day, and it was quite challenging just to master my body because it was out of balance. But the next day I went and did it again because I wanted to do it again. And it was different. And I recognised that I had made some neural connections in my brain, this is my point, the day before. And I was building on them because I was doing the same process again. It's like, oh, this is how you write the letter A. Okay, we write some A's. Come back tomorrow and do some more letter A's. So, but I wrote my letter A's better the second time. And then the third time, you know, I started to notice different things. Hi, Kim! And every time I go there, it's like the experience evolves. It is never the same twice. You know, there was a period where it was like each centre had its own fractal, and then the fractals changed and they expanded, and it's like we pick up where we left off the day before. Every time I go in, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's always a new experience. And always, by the time I'm done, because at the moment there's a lot coming in about this vision of my new life, of what I'm creating, is landing like I don't know. It's just landing in me so strong. It's completely consuming me. And I don't want to do and be anything else now. So I come back more of that person and less of who I used to be every single day. So you can do a novel experience without ever leaving your house. And I can't say enough how much I enjoy this. It's so, so good. Now, if for you that means going for a walk, getting some different stimulus, going to a different place, whatever you're doing, or you're learning a new skill, or doing another, meditation or healing process that works for you, something that helps you move closer to and embody, and most importantly, feel more like the person you want to be. Now, why am I making such a fuss about you've got to feel it? Because if you can have the thought and you can imagine yourself XYZ, but unless you have the feeling, just a little bit of the feeling of how it is when you actually embody that person, that thought has not made it past your brainstem, hasn't made it to your body, so it's not real to you. Remember, you've got to fire and wire something enough that the chemistry pours. If you don't feel it, it hasn't happened. That's why the feelings are so important. Now, if feeling it is really hard, that's fine. I remember I said yesterday about biting off the little corner of the chocolate bar. It's all right if you can only nibble a little bit of the sweetness you want. If that's all you can get the wrapper off, that's fine. But understand that, and remember also, it took me 11 months to connect to joy, and I'm still working out what that is. So just because you can't immediately feel it doesn't mean that in practicing feeling it and imagining it and starting to fire and wire it and think, what would it feel like if I was feeling delight? What would it feel like? How would that be? Can I teach my body emotionally in advance of the event how it feels to be that person? Thank you, Joe, for teaching me that. It took me so long. What the hell are you talking about? Teaching my body emotionally. That's what it means. I had to think about it and imagine it and practice it enough until one day it was like, oh my God, I actually feel that. And then it's made it into my body and I'm starting to become it because the chemistry is changing that body that's been addicted to sorrow and difficulty and can't do and despair for so long into a body that actually knows what joy feels like. I'm pretty sure that makes sense. It's powerful stuff. And it's not a quick fix, but oh my God, it is so worth doing. And the best thing about it for me is that, yeah, I've got huge things now that I know I'm here to do. But to have a joyful existence in this moment, I never dreamed that was possible. And now I do. I don't always feel that. I don't always feel that. But the point is I know what it feels like now, and I can, if I choose, actually bring it up at will. And that is, for me, that is power. To be able to choose my state at will. It doesn't mean it responds in an instant, but it means if I apply myself, I can change my state. I so love that. Because I didn't used to think that was possible. I didn't know it was possible. I didn't know how to do it. Now I do. So that's what we talk about. Changing your state so you can become someone else. Seek novel experiences. Make those new connections. And feel who you want to be. Big love, it's Friday. Enjoy the resonant replays. All my love to you. I will see you on Sunday, Monday. Until then, bye-bye.